Disclaimer. I am not trans. I have not done studies into the trans experience. All of this is second-hand knowledge and basic human decency. Yes, I actually watch things other than MLP. I am also a massive fan of Helluva. Seriously, go watch it now. It's free on YouTube. Currently it has 6 episodes and it's pilot. And it's the funniest, most wholesome show with a ton of swearing and murder. Right, are you done watching it? You should. I won't continue until you do. Sadly, I can't enforce that. Okay, with that out of the way, let's talk about a dead name. Definition by Wikipedia. Deadnaming is the use of the birth or other former name, i.e. a name that is dead, of a transgender or non-binary person without the person's consent. Deadnaming may be accidental or used to intentionally dismiss, deny or reject a person's gender identity. So, let's say I came out as trans and just took for myself the name of Vinix. This would leave Victor as my dead name. Now, you can dead name on accident, just like you can misgender on accident. Quite a number of times, people have assumed I'm female, which is odd, as I don't think I even vaguely present female, other than not wanting my hair cut often and thus it being long. So, I know that things like this happen on accident. But you can also do it maliciously, not accepting the person for who they are and instead demanding that they fit in the box you want them in. Not accepting that things change. So yeah, deadnaming is to be avoided and is only done without accident by people who are just massive cunts. If you are surprised I'm supportive of trans people and LGBTQ plus people in general, I have to ask you why. I know I can be a bit of a dick, but I try to avoid being vile. Also, yes, LGBTQ plus people are absolutely accepted here. And anyone who can't accept them here can meet my mighty banhammer. Comment rule number 1. No useless negativity or insults. If you just want to harm someone's feelings, anyone, not just me, you can piss off. So what does this all have to do with Helluva? Well, it has nothing to do with the actual trans character in the show. Instead, it relates to Blitz. The O is silent. That wasn't always the case. Now, most people probably call him Blitz. But some villains refer to him as Blitzo. Now, is this officially deadnaming? Arguably not. Blitz is cis, meaning not trans. So it doesn't fall under the definition of deadnaming. But I would like to argue that this is actually clever. Since it has nothing to do with gender and speculation here, instead just his past and wanting to move on, it avoids 2 pitfalls. 1. It avoids transphobes. 2. It means that Blitz isn't constantly needing to defend his gender, which would be very yikes. Instead, it allows people to just interact with the concept of deadnaming and how it's a dick move, removed from a larger discussion. And I want to point out that it's really consistent. People who respect Blitz, even slightly, will call him Blitz. No matter the frustration, anger, rage. Let me quote 2 lines. One from Luna, one from Moxie. Fuck Blitz, why can't you stay out of my face for like 5 minutes? No, what? How could this be? I've never tried Acid Troops or DMT, it's a bad trip. Oi, Gavolt, of course Blitz, this will be your fault. The Moxie line is especially poignant if you remember when it's sung and under which effects. While villains, either carelessly say the O, or explicitly make a point of it. While writing this script, I also realized that the people who just say Blitz are also the people who accept that he can change, while the people that don't are of the mindset that he is still the exact same person as they first met. The most curious when looking at this would be Stolas. Now, Stolas isn't a villain who wants to keep him as Blitzo, but he's not properly accepting of his name of Blitz, instead calling him Blitzy. This could explain part of the tension between Blitz and Stolas. If accepting the name reflects accepting the change, then what Stolas does is accepting the change but controlling to what it changes. And episode 6 definitely shows that Blitz sees Stolas as controlling. And I'm not reading too much into Blitz's name meaning a lot to him. This isn't me trying to guess at subtext. This is text. Watch pretty much any of the episodes and it's blatantly there. What does Blitz ask of Moxie when they are making up? You know my name. Use it. It's just really well done. Which isn't a surprise with Helluva Boss. But writing this script helped me realize just how well it was done. And now I'm even more hyped for future episodes. I want to see if I'm right with my observation on the tension between Blitz and Stolas. If we'll ever learn more about Blitz's past. How his name will be used in future episodes. And the final lesson of this is, if someone tells you what to call them, just listen to them. It's so little effort for you, yet can mean the world to them. Also, you might avoid the wrath of a single-shot pistol-wielding demon from hell. Good outcomes all around. So yeah, if someone tells you what to call them, just listen. This has been Vinix, saying farewell.